Well, very warm welcome back to the farm, everybody. It's all systems go, as usual. We've got Mario. You might be able to hear the digger in the background. He's on the farm again with the stonemason Antonio. A few weeks ago, we shared the fixing of the biopool, which was such a good day. We were so relieved to have got that job done. And Mario and Antonio shored up, basically, and reinforced that really fragile wall where it was really, really thin, and built a beautiful stone wall on that outside bit of the terrace. A lizard snake, that's cool. Today, they're doing more wall work.
I'm not sure how much of this we're going to get done today. It's a big, big job. The idea is that we're going to try and make that wall that's collapsing look like this wall here. So it carries on all the way around with the rocks that we've got that we excavated from underneath the not garage.
Oh my goodness, what have you found?
Lizard snake.
It's a lizard snake.
That's very cool.
Oh, look at that, dreams come true. What's that? Did it poo on you? Oh my goodness. Yeah, go and wash your hands in the fire pool. So we've basically started digging into the terrace now quite deep, because the rocks that we're going to use to fix the wall are really massive. So instead of having the wall come out further, Mario's just removing a whole bunch of stone and some very pehmis, like very soft rock. He's just digging it out the way, and then we'll be putting the rocks into place. But this is pretty much, for now anyway, the last terrace wall that we need to fix on the farm, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah. I think it's pretty much, we're almost there. And then, of course, we'll have pretty much, probably by the end of this project, used up all of those stones that we excavated from underneath the not garage. When we started to build the house, we changed our minds a little bit on how we were going to build it, and we decided that we would start excavating down into the rock so that we could have a little space down there. And that's where we've created that wonderful room with the reclaimed stone wall and the old stone table that we've built there. It's a really wonderful room. The stone that we removed from that, we've used on our biopool project right behind us, and we've also been using it to fix other walls around the farm, including this one. So I think we've probably got another 20 stones before we run out. Let's hope it's enough to finish this job.
So let's see how far we get today with this. It looks like a much bigger job than I think we were initially anticipating. There's a huge section of wall that needs fixing, all the way from here to behind Mario's digger, and he's got to get all the stones up here. They've got to put them in place, they've got to make sure they're in the right place, and these kinds of jobs tend to be the ones that take a little bit longer than we initially expect when they start. So sweet. The boys have just run off across the field. They spied Armando, Joao's dad, over there. You can just see Joao's house between the trees. Armando's there sorting out his chickens. The boys saw him and shot off through the fence, up the hill, and they've taken their little snake to go show him.
Yeah, they've just gone for a run through the forest.
It's not a snake, everybody. It's a legless lizard. Nobody panic. Totally harmless. Obi, have you lost your boys? Sorry, buddy. Antonio's just scoping the scene, getting ready. I think they're going to start with these, but let's see.
All right, we're getting the rocks a little bit sorted now. I would think Mario's going to put some of the really big heavy rocks at the bottom of the wall.
Oh sweet, the boys are on their way back with Armando. Let me go.
Are they coming back with Armando?
They look like they are heavy laden with gifts. Oh, what have you got? Oranges?
Been a busy morning already today. The boys have been bedlam. You know, one of those mornings where you live in a very small house with a dog that's a bit wild, and two boys that are being very noisy.
They were literally woken up, going
Like-
at 1,000,000 miles an hour. The truck's going where?
Down that way.
So
Okay.
anyway, it was like, you know, when we literally feel like we've dived out of bed and have gone 1,000,000 miles an hour from the minute our eyes open.
Yeah, like the boys drank 6 bottles of Coca-Cola this morning.
They don't drink Coca-Cola.
They don't drink
Let
Coca-Cola.
me just make that clear. It's just one of those mornings. Anyway, the stonemasons are here. Mario's on his way. The guys are putting up the beams on the next floor.
So Mario left us about a week ago now. Between then and now, it's been glorious sunshine. We haven't had the rain that we expected, which was good news. It means that the wall that he started to excavate the last time he was here is still exactly as it was. There's been no rain erosion to worry about. So great news. So it's a Mario day. I see Mario is down there, so
How did he
he's
get
probably driving his digger around the back through Francisco's land, and he'll be bringing it up here. But the trucks that have just come through the main courtyard of the farm are here with a massive pneumatic drill on the back of it. So what we're going to do first today is split rocks. We need to split those rocks because they're so massive, they're so huge that we can't build a wall out of them without excavating a huge amount of soil. So we'll be splitting those rocks so there's a nice straight edge on a lot of those rocks, and then we'll be piling them on top of each other. Hopefully by the end of today we'll have built the most attractive, the most beautiful, the most fantastic, the most amazing retaining wall in a place that was eroding, and the chickens will finally be safe. A tractor's gone down on the lawn?
No,
The trucks.
Oh, he went on the lawnmower, did he?
no.
Oh, gosh.
You've got to be careful with that. We don't want a lawn.
Mario would be in big trouble if he drives on Daddy's lawn.
I think anybody would be.
So I don't know who remembers when we had this drill on the farm the last time. It was when we were excavating underneath the new house, and it was hectic, but we loved putting that video together. There was lots of rock music and dudes with drills, and there was dust, and it was like a week of extraordinarily loud noise as they drilled through these rocks to try and make them a little bit smaller so that they could be maneuvered around the farm. I don't know if I feel delighted to have that noise back on the farm, but it is kind of cool to watch. Got the drill on. The dog is out of the digger. And I guess they're about to start cutting. Yeah, well done.
I'm really keen to see if we can get some more progress on the biopool while we're down here. We've got some stones, some pebbles to put into the biopool as well. So it'd be pretty handy to see if we can get those in place before he leaves today. It just saves me so much work with a wheelbarrow and a spade, if he can help out like that. And I've also asked, that big flat rock, it gives you inspiration, doesn't it? So the space we've got down here isn't just about the biopool. Eventually it's going to be a whole area is going to be landscaped, and I know that Deer Plant's keen to come and help us out with that landscaping as well. But one of the things I'm really keen to see whether we can do is start expanding this rock theme away from the biopool and around this area here. And what I mean by that is just sticking some big rocks kind of randomly, but not randomly, if you know what I mean, around the place so that we can start planting around the rocks as well. Mario's just bringing the first one along. Okay, I'm not sure which one he's picked up. I think it's that big flat one. If it is, it's going to be a real simple one to put into place. Off we go. The day begins. Basically got this idea to grow hydrangea and a whole bunch of agapantha around a rock that goes right here. A little bit that way. See?
Yes, I can confirm I have not missed that noise.
There we go. Now we've got this really cool space that we can start planting into and around. Let's look at it from a different direction. So this is a project that starts to grow outwards from the biopool now, and putting rocks in random locations around the place is going to help it start to feel a bit more organic, I think.
I've been reflecting a lot recently about what it's like to live on a build site, because we are literally living on the build site. I've been thinking about it from our point of view, but also from the guys' point of view. You know, they get to work at 7:30 in the morning and we're still emerging from the house. Everybody's got their coffee, or, you know, sometimes I will admit I'm even still in my pajamas, and I'm kind of hiding inside until I'm dressed and ready. The boys go out, it's a Bondi, you know, it's that build site is 2.5 meters from our front door. Now, the one thing I wanted to address, and it's not a concern we've had in the comments for a while, but I just wanted to make it really, really clear. The boys never go on the build site. Not ever. They know that they're not allowed. They know that it's not safe. And I'm yet to see them ever even attempt to go onto that build site. So, from a safety point of view, we're very, very aware of it, and we're super careful and making sure that they are nowhere near it, ever. But it is like, you know, I think back, this noise is just reminding me of that beginning bit where they were excavating the rock. It was so noisy and so loud. This phase has just been a lot of kind of banging and hammering and then the hum of the generator and stuff. But there will come a time when the peace will return to our farm and we will be sat here with nothing but the sound of birdsong and the mountains around us and going, gosh, you know, what a thing we've lived through. Because most people, when they build a house, don't live on site. And when I say on site, they don't live literally almost in the site. So it's definitely an adventure and it has its challenges. But I think for the most part, we're managing pretty well. I am trying to keep a little bit of distance because I've got Sawyer with me and that noise is so loud. I don't think it's very good for their ears. Crusoe's got his little ear protection on in Mario's digger, but yeah, we just don't want to, you know, it's not worth the risk, is it?
Okay. So we put a stone in place here, and the idea is that we start expanding the space away from the biopool. So this whole area down here eventually will be more than just a biopool. It'll be a space that we really want to come down these wonderful stone staircases and spend time in. I've got imaginations, a big wooden deck over this side, and we'll be planting orange trees. Armando, our next door neighbour, such a great farmer, and he's told us that this is a wonderful terrace for planting orange trees. So we'll have a whole bunch of orange trees down here. And of course, we can start thinking about getting this gravel coming out of the pool. Again, the ambition there is to make it look and feel as organic as possible.
Yeah, good day to do some work in the pool today, love. It's going to be 27 degrees.
Yeah, I think while Mario's here, we'll be putting a whole bunch more gravel around the edges. He's just going to lift those up and we can open them up, drop all the gravel in and do what we can do. I need a shovel.
While we're waiting for those first few stones to be cut and to go and watch the wall being built, I'll just rewind quickly to yesterday afternoon when John brought home an octopus plant and the boys came down and planted them, and we have our first water lilies in the biopool. I'll see you back here in just a second.
All right, everybody's very excited.
Where are you going?
Where are we going?
Getting an octopus!
We're going to get an octopus plant.
An octopus plant? This sounds intriguing. What? Whoa!
That's the octopus plant.
That's the octopus plant right there.
Oh, it smells like an octopus.
Let's have a look. It's not actually called an octopus plant, I don't think, but it looks like an octopus.
It looks a bit sad, love.
It looks a bit sad at the moment because it needs to go in the water.
How long has it been out of the water for?
I don't know. Let's go take it and see whether we can make it work. Then we've got a whole bunch of agapanthus to look after. Right, you ready, Crusoe?
Yes.
Let's do it. Oh, back. Beep. Then we go this way. Push. Let's go see if we can get it in the water.
Everybody's going to get snapped and
We're all going to have to get in the water. That's the thing. Are you ready to get it? Yeah, you're right. It was the kitchen sink.
So much excitement this afternoon because we have got our very first water lilies for the biopool. So exciting. So we're going to go and get it in the water and see what happens. We'll get your jacket if you need it, okay? Let's go see first. I don't think you're going to need it. You're fine.
But you know what?
Oh, guys, who's excited about spending days down here in the summer?
No, you can leave your shorts. You want to piece it off or you want to leave it on?
Oh, this place is going to be so much fun in the summer.
Okay, all right, you try.
Really quickly, before the boys get busy with planting those water lilies, a very big thank you to our long-term incredible sponsor, Surfshark, for sponsoring this episode, and a reminder to you guys at the importance of using a VPN. Surfshark provides us with protection when we're using the internet. A VPN encrypts all of your data, making sure that nobody can get hold of your sensitive information or see what you're doing online. The other thing that's super useful, which we use a ton when we're traveling, is the fact that you can move the location of your IP address. They've got servers in over 3,000 locations around the world, and depending on the location of your IP address, it can sometimes affect the prices of things like hotels or flights, and it's really, really handy to give it a check before you book anything. If you use the link in our description below, you will get up to 4 months extra free of Surfshark, and there's a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's absolutely no risk to trying it out, and we couldn't recommend it enough. We wouldn't be without it. With just one subscription, we can log in with all of our devices. There's no limit, and it's just a really smart way to use the internet. Let's go plant those water lilies.
Are we ready?
Yes.
Okay, where's the first octopus plant?
How many did you get?
3.
3 water lilies, okay.
But they're big.
From the local garden centre.
Yeah. Okay.
All ready for pumpkin. Mama, come in. Where's the frog?
Careful with that, Crusoe. What we want to do is just untie them gently because they've got tangled to their octopuses. Right.
Where's the frog gone?
That's all right, sweetie. That was very close.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to make the water over here murky, and then it's going to get better. Thanks, Sawyer. Careful of the leaves, hey, buddy.
Gently, buddy, gently. Good work.
Right. Crusoe, we need to dig a big hole right here.
How does that feel to plant in and stuff, love? Does it feel strong?
Yeah, it'll be great.
Another one.
Oh, it's made a big mess in the biopool, man.
Look a little bit depressed at the moment, don't they, these ones? But hopefully all of this will sort itself out and become something a bit more than what it is right now.
I'm ready for my big splash.
Oh gosh, the dog's in, the kids are in. Sign of things to come.
Now, like with most things around here, and we've said this a few times before, I've never done this before, so I don't really know if we're doing it right or wrong. I put them in the ground, in the gravel. We'll let them make their own way, find their own way, and we will see if they survive or not.
So am I the only member of the family that has yet to go for a swim in the biopool?
Yes.
Right, I think Mario's gone down to get the first stone, love, don't you?
Yeah, it looks like you might have done.
Antonio's here just making the line with the string so that he knows what he's working with. And down there, we've cut the stones open and Mario's gone to fetch them. So, let's build a wall. What have you been up to then, love?
Well, all the bedlam's going on over there. I'm trying to do a nice peaceful job, which is just to put some rocks and some of these plants into place. We've got quite a lot now, and the sooner we get them in the water, the better, I think. Now we know that the liner is holding the water. I think it's okay and pretty safe to be sticking some plants in. I suspect that the long-term future of this bio pool will be for us to take almost everything that's movable out of it, and then cement and clay, I think, probably eventually. But for now, we just want to start growing stuff in there and making it look nice, because even if we do want to replace it with cement and clay in the future, the more mature the plants are, the bigger they are, we'll be able to split them in the future and spread them out and make it even more of a bio pool. But for now, it's just a matter of putting some soil in there, a little bit of soil. I know the organic matter isn't really something that fits well with a bio pool, but I'm hoping that I'm not going to break anything by doing that. I am covering the soil. It's very sandy soil, and I'm covering it up with some pebbles just to hold it in place. I've done one here, put them there, and I'm locking that soil in with other rocks to hold it into a location. Yeah, we'll see whether it works or not. Look to your right, darling.
Oh, it's the frog.
It's a frog. That's the frog that basically the boys are down here throwing all sorts of tools and everything they can possibly think of to get in the bio pool to try and capture it.
They are desperate.
They are desperate. I've noticed around the farm over the last 4 years of planting and growing things around here, agapanthus don't take particularly very much looking after. They're very easy to move around and they don't really need too much in the way of water. Obviously, more water they get, usually they flower better if you give them lots of water. But I've just noticed they'll survive even if we forget to water them. I'm looking at those stones over there right now, and 2 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, however long it was, I looked at them and I was like, there are so many stones there, we're never going to use them all. Now I'm looking at them, I'm thinking, have we even got enough? Have a look at that. It's not even 10 o'clock break time, and they've put 3 forms up already. That's super speedy.
We've nearly got a bedroom, love.
I mean, they're like, let's just get on with it, man. Wow. That's amazing.
I wonder why they didn't use those for the whole build.
You know, I think that I'm actually really grateful that they haven't done the whole process like this, because part of building a stone house with traditional methods is using traditional methods, right? And so, okay, they certainly didn't build a concrete rebar structure, reinforced concrete structure in the olden days when they were building stone houses. But when they first started building these concrete reinforced structures with the wooden framework, with the hammer and the nails, that's how they would have done it. So we've experienced the whole process of building here from the very, very early chipping away at the stones and building a stone wall, through to the very, very early methods of creating a reinforced concrete structure, through to now extremely modern, let's throw something together with a metal framework. Brilliant. That's amazing. See? Okay.
So cool up here. Wow! It's epic. These are amazing.
It's the staircase. Cool.
We're definitely going to need a bird box or something up there, aren't we? So that we can sit with the birds. Maybe we put like a feeding tray with some seeds and stuff. That'd be nice.
So Adam at the moment is just marking out where the structures are going to be, where the casing for the reinforced concrete will go. If you look down here on the floor, you can see exactly how wide those structures are going to be. They're not going to be very big at all. They're going to be quite delicate, in fact. Actually, I would imagine a very similar width to a single breeze block. Over here at the moment, Roby and Daniel are just tying pieces of wire to the encasements, to the mouldings. And then basically what they'll be doing there is pulling the moulding to a straight level, upright level, so that when they pour concrete into it, it's not going to be pouring a beam that's at an angle. They're going to want it straight up, exactly up. So they'll be putting 2, one up this way and one down that way. That'll make sure it's perfectly straight, perfectly upright. And like I say, I wouldn't be surprised. What have we got here? We've got enough for 2 more casings. I wouldn't be surprised if we're pouring concrete in those later today.